For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Camping and Leisure. Me, Mike. Today I'm giving you guys a review on a very much loved product from Kampa. This here is the Kampa Air Ace. It comes in different sizes, a 300, 400 and a 500. This one I've got with me today is the 500. So it's actually Europe's best-selling caravan awning because it's inflatable, goes up really easily, but it gives you tons and tons of room and it's brilliant quality. The Ace uses Kampa's Pro fabric. The denier is nice and thick and it's obviously very waterproof with the weather shield material. It runs on a 1-point inflation, so 1 point in the middle inflates the whole thing. So you quite simply just slide it into the rail, peg it down the back, pump it up with either the hand pump which comes supplied, or you can buy an electric pump called the Gale, which is a really nice little pump, and it just pumps up the whole awning for you. Bear in mind, have a quick look at our pitch and packing video on this particular item, just to show you how quick and simple it is to put on your own, i.e. myself did it on my own. I think it was best part of sort of 8 or 9 minutes, which for a big awning like this is pretty darn impressive. Like I say, come in different sizes. The 400 is the most popular size, i.e. it's 4 meters wide and it's actually 3 meters deep. They're all 3 meters deep, but you can obviously go 300, 3 meters wide, 400, 4 meters wide, or 500, you guessed it, 5 meters wide. Joys have they've actually made some modifications for the 2018 collection. So the 2018 season has a dual pitched roof, so it's got a bit more height throughout the whole of it, and actually helps with drainage as well. And because of the dual pitch roof, the internal side of it is a lot bigger, and even though it's the same sort of floor span, it feels a lot more roomier inside than last year's model. The beams have been increased as well in terms of diameter, just to give you a bit more structure. So you think about it now, you know, it's a very strong thing to try and push that. Bear in mind, it's sort of guyed out as it is quite a feat. You've got this 1-point guy rope system. So what it does, it basically pulls the base out and keeps it nice and solid, but also does the guy rope at the same point. So it actually means there's less pegging points throughout the whole of the awning, so in theory you should actually get it up quicker. The joys with the Ace is actually all of the front panels can be completely zipped out and removed, so it actually takes the weight when you're feeding it through the awning out completely. Same with the 2 side panels can also be removed as well. One thing that's quite nice as well is the fact that because of the dual zip, you can kind of treat it like a veranda, have a good circulation of air, and certainly with the mesh panels, which I'll go on to in just 1 second, make quite a bit of difference. You can buy an additional sun wing, which clips on the front here and gives you an extra bit of area, sort of like a sheltered canopy, and you can certainly check out images of that on our website as well. But overall, really nice model. Because it's 1-point inflation, it's going to be hard to get the air out. Not really, because basically you've got 1 inflation point and several deflation points on every bottom of every beam. So it actually is very quick and easy to pack away, not only pushing up, and you're not having to fight with the air, sort of getting trapped in one corner, because it's pretty much the whole bottom part can actually allow it out. But overall, really impressive model, and you can certainly see why it's been Europe's best-selling caravan awning, just because the quick of it going up, as well as the look of it, it's kind of like a traditional sort of bay window style. It's quite a pleasurable place to be in once you get inside. But I'll tell you what, let's have a look inside and see what other features it's got going on. So now we're inside the Ace, you can first of all get a bit more better feel for inside. And the first thing you notice, it's very light and quite a pleasant place to be in here. That's mostly down to the beautiful crystal clear windows you've got, and they've actually made the fabric a little bit thicker this year, so you get more durability as well. And actually, I think the clarity is probably slightly better as well. That might just be me. But you don't have to compromise with light without privacy. So you've got traditional sort of caravan style curtains in it, so you can quite actually push that across, put it behind this little retainer as such, and that helps keep it nice and tight to the panel, so you have got good coverage and it's not sort of hanging in mid-air. So that's a really nice thing, again, on all of the panels itself. When you want to, just put it back like so, and then you've got a little button clip retainer just to hold it in place to give it that sort of classic look. You've still got things like areas of Velcro tab down here to keep the panel nice and tight to the base, and then, like I say, by tucking it underneath, it just keeps it so and doesn't make sure it doesn't flap around. But one thing you can see is the thicker beams that you've got on all models across the Kampa range now. So again, beefed up a bit more stronger in the wind, and again, you can just see it doesn't really take up much room. But what it does allow you to do is have that higher pitch, that dual pitch roof, and means now I can sort of stand in here, and you actually feels like there's more room in the awning, even though technically it's the same size, width and depth. It's just a pitch makes one big of a difference. Also, we've got the isolation taps. So this is how it goes from a 1-point inflation to all the beams being individually contained. So again, the air will quite happily come up through the inlet valve here, and then you've got isolation taps. So once it's physically up, just go along, turn all these, and then it means each beam is then isolated individually. So if you wanted to, you could actually then, if there was a puncture in this for any god reason, it just means that the whole awning's not going down. It's just that one section is, and you can quite happily just repair it on site. So once it's isolated, all you can do is unzip it from the sleeve that sits inside. Obviously make sure it's deflated, of course. Unzip that, take the bladder out, put a patch repair kit on it, or if need be, replace it, put it back in and zip it back in. So there is videos on our YouTube channel how that goes about and how you would do that, and it's actually a much simpler process than you would believe. Yeah, again, other things you've got on this particular thing is extras you can put on. So you can buy saber lights. So you've got Velcro tabs on the same sort of beam, which allows you to have internal lighting inside the awning. So I know the caravan lights can't always be the best, but you can buy saber lights. So you can actually have 3 linked up to one site. So you can buy a starter kit, a couple of add-ons, and it all goes on one socket. So it's really quite neat how they do that. You've also got little white toggles in here, and that's for a roof liner. So a roof liner goes inside of here, and it's quite nice and neat. And yet again, it just helps with condensation, gives you an extra layer against sort of, keep it almost like a buffer kind of thing. So it's a lot cooler inside on here. The black tags are for inner bedrooms. So if you wanted not to have an annex, or you wanted just the internal room, you can put inner bedrooms in each section. Personally, I think if you're looking for extra bedding, why take the room and the awning up? Get an annex, and you now get a normal annex, a tall annex, or even a conservatory if you want to make it bigger, you see. One massive feature is obviously they've got a second zip now in the Ace. It was something they were looking about doing last year, and it was a bit, when it went finally to production, they didn't carry on with it. But I can 100% confirm that this year has got that second zip. And the joys of that means is you can actually have a mesh panel like we have in here, without having the problem of, on a nice warm night, having all the bugs coming in if you want to get the circulation of air. So the joys of, yet again, is you've got the mesh panel in place like so in that second zip, but that panel's still in place there. So you can bring the 2 sort of zips down halfway like that, and just keep the mesh panel zipped in place. Sorted. So yeah, again, really nice little model, plenty of talking points, and with the extra size, like I said, the 400 probably is the better size in the range. One thing on to say about the side panels, if for any reason that you have your caravan door positioned here, you don't want to open the door and then try and go out the awning straight away that way. So these side panels can actually be reversed into the other side. So if you want to have the door position rather than the position here and the window here, by changing this one with the one on the other side, the door will sit here, the window panel will sit here, and it just means you can exit this one quite neatly and tidy. Other thing to bear in mind as well is it's still got extras you can buy, like rear back poles to push this foam pad nice and tight against the caravan, and it's also limpet compatible, which you can check out our limpet video on how those attach and the means of them. Personally, I'd use them limpet and the rear poles as conjunction with each other just to get that extra security. Overall, really impressive model. You can certainly see why it's Europe's probably best-selling awning, just because the sheer amount of size. Obviously now with the improvements, I think it makes it incredible value, especially as it's held its price from last year, but you've got all these extra features built onto it. So really impressive model, and certainly one that we're looking to have on display at some sort of capacity at our indoor display showroom, so you can come and check that out. Bear in mind there is on the 400 size now an all new all-weather season version, so check out the pitching and packing video for that particular one, and also the review video as well. But any more questions, queries, of course, let us know at Attwoolls and we can certainly help you out. And yeah, really good here from Kampa.